get to take attendance. And then Kristen gets mad at me. Kristen's our admin, also my fiance. Okay, let's try this thing. All right, so my strategy is, I think I'm gonna start with pencil and then go over it with pen. If you guys don't have pen, you can just start with regular pencil, just start lightly, and then go over it with hard pencil lines. Does that make sense? You know, the idea is exactly the same. Whether you start with, you know, regular pencil like this and then add pen, or whether you just start with light pencil and then add heavy pencil. You sketch it in lightly so that you can erase it. And if it's not exactly right, then you can change it. If you start really hard, or if you start with pen, it's harder to make the adjustments. And you can, I mean, you can just start with pen if you wanted to. It's just it's less flexible. So early on, especially like this early on in the day, like, I don't know if you guys have been drawing yet, but you know, it's nice to warm up. Okay, so I'm going to give you my step-by-step. You know, I might make my star a little bit larger because I have the real estate on here. So I'm going to start first with basically a cross. It's not like a Jesus cross where the cross is at the top. It's more of like a you know, like a crosshairs, like exactly. You want the vertical line and the horizontal line, you know, where they intersect. You want that to kind of be like almost exactly in the middle. So that's going to be a big crisscross. And then I'm going to come through the smaller crisscross, which is more like an X. And you know, they've got equal sides, you know, like equal length. So you could come out from the middle the same way, and it's going to basically break our first vertical and horizontal cross. It's going to break that in half. So it's basically a big vertical cross and then a smaller sideways X. And if you make those, you know, very symmetrical, so like this length and this length are the same, and like this length up here and that length there, those are the same. It should help us. So now we're going to basically connect the dots. So if I have this here and this, you know, the big point to the small point, I can then connect those. And then I can connect this point to this point. I can connect those. Oh my gosh, you guys ready for Stacy? Stacy's here. She's back. She's coming in to make some, she's coming in hot to make some more art. Hold on. Let me let Stacy in. All right. So I'm wondering if I should try to match the top. So it almost makes like a kite shape. Do you see that kite? I never even noticed that before. And then there's a kite that's, you know, at the bottom, and then there's like a kite that's at the top. Ooh. And if I can try to make those kites the same, you know, mirror images. Looking good. Hey, Stacy, can you hear us?
Hi, yes. How is everyone on this Monday? Do we have any thumb? Oh, I got a thumbs up from Toby.
There's mostly thumbs up. Mostly
yes,
thumbs up.
yes. And even if I don't get a thumbs up, it's really good to see everyone.
I finished.
Let's see it.
No way. That was so quick.
Let's see it. Who is that? Rohan? Wow, that's tight. Very nice.
Wow.
This
Nice.
is so guys, this is not a I do want you to be quick, but I don't want you to hurry. So yeah, exactly. So that was good. Stacy, just to catch you up,
Yes.
what we did is we started with basically a big vertical horizontal vertical line and a horizontal line. And then that was, you know, those were equal lines. Like they were like almost like a huge plus, like a big plus.
Yes, sure.
And then we did like a smaller X through it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we're basically taking the big one, connecting it to the small one, and then it makes what looks like a kite shape to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just go this point to this point, and then this point to this point. Okay. And then I was making.
Thank you.
I was gonna hit this up with a pen. And I was explaining that with pencil, you can adjust it and erase it if something's not exactly right. And then with pen, once you think you've got it pretty close to the way you want it, you can either come in with heavier pencil lines, or you can come in with a pen and really make
I'm
it
done.
Finished.
Me too.
Finished.
I'm done as well.
All right, give me 30 seconds. Well, oh wait. Oh wow. Yeah, you've got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So maybe that's the idea. Maybe
nice
if you finish before me, you could make more. Oh, and then check this out of Rohan and Kieran.
Nice composition.
Imagine if you do this too. I went to Lehigh University, which is in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and it's like a hilly region. Like Lehigh is in Lehigh Valley, and so it's surrounded by these basically mountains. And on one of the biggest mountains, they have a star that's lit up all the time and it's like the Star of Bethlehem. And so basically what I'm trying to say is that if you take this point and you drop it down, you can make a larger base point. So this one gets larger at the bottom, almost like it's an arrow pointing down, because the star, this is a Christmas themed class, by the way. And the Star of Bethlehem, it pointed the three wise men to where Jesus was born. And you would imagine that it would be pointing down, and they'd be following the star so that they knew where to get to find baby Jesus and give him the gold, frankincense, and myrrh, which probably came in handy when he was doing his ministry. Anyway, so that could be a variation. So if you do, like, this one was 4 equal sides, and then if you just drop that line down, it makes an arrow to the ground, and it almost makes kind of like more of a cross, which is kind of interesting. All right, I was going to go in with the pen, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that anymore. What if I tried my brush pen? No. And whatever you can do the first time, you can probably do it even better the second time. So I sketched it first in pencil, and it was a little wonky, which is to be expected. And now that I've cleaned it up, I extended my tail. Now I'm going to go in with my pen and make some exact marks. I feel like it looks good. And then I actually saw somewhere online, and I didn't save it, but I was going to try and figure it out myself. You can actually cut paper and fold it, and so that it makes like a 3D star. Like this almost is like the side of a shaded angle. Whoa. I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but I did some shading on this side. So if the light is coming from, if this is a piece of paper and it's getting lit, then the underside would be in shadow. And then everything that's on the right side would be in shadow. That's pretty. I'll show you the Star of Bethlehem in a second, but the star itself is like a light, so it radiates light like a sun, but it's different. It's not in our solar system or whatever, how it works. You could draw some radiating lines that indicate that this is bright, and it has a brightness. which is really kind of pretty, and it creates like almost like a twinkle.
And the lines that you drew really makes the center of that come toward us, which really gives it more dimension. It does not look flat.
Yeah, nice page, man. It's a really nice page. Let's see.
Oh, Karen, did I miss your page?
I'm Karen.
I made this morning, I was teaching the older kids, and I rushed a little too much because I did pen on here. So I rushed and I started to erase the pencil marks. Whoa, that looks so good.
Who's
It looks
showing?
so
Who's
beautiful.
showing? I want to see. Oh, yes. Very nice. And
boy,
someone
that's
else
really
is
good.
showing. Toby. Nice.
Yeah, these are cool.
Yeah, these are so cool.
All right.
Zoe, let's see that.
I'm not done yet.
That's okay. That's okay. I like the one you did in color as well.
The other Zoe's looks pretty good too, though.
Yeah, Liam, hold that up. Oh, wow. That is really something. It's like a whole galaxy. That's really lovely.
All right, cool. Looks like everybody's getting pretty far along. Now the next one, this next one is interesting.
Nice. Nice shading.
This one might seem like it's really easy, but I wouldn't underestimate it, because this is kind of a set of, this is like we're developing our like art skills or drawing skills. So if you guys, I know it looks like it's just a triangle, but it's not just a triangle. It's called an equilateral triangle, which means that all the sides are the same. And it might seem like it's easy to draw, but this is part of a book of Christian symbols. And this is like one of the earliest, representations of like the Trinity, which is, the Trinity is like the Father, God, the Son, Jesus, and then the Holy Ghost, which is like the Holy Spirit, which is like a concept that is just amazing. It's like to think about, and to have those three kind of aspects of this of this existence is pretty amazing. So even though it is just a triangle, let's try to think about God, God the Father, the Son, and then the Holy Ghost, and we will put we'll make that all represented by a triangle. And so we have to try to get these like evenly spaced sides. So I'm going to draw what's called point to point. So I'm going to make 3 dots, and I'm going to try to make them all evenly spaced. I don't know if you guys can see that. Those dots should appear. They should show up. Now, if this dot feels like, so the bottom, there's like a foundation of this triangle. So the dot on the bottom has to be lined up with each other. So I'm going to drop that dot down a little bit. And then the dot that's in the middle, the top one, the top dot has to be exactly in the middle between the 2 bottom dots. So when you make a dot on the paper, that's the easiest thing to erase and to remove. So if I need to drop this one down even further, I can erase it, and then I can reapply it. And when you draw point to point, if you know those dots are in the right place, then it makes the lines so much easier. So here we go. So now that I've got my dots, I think they're pretty well placed. I'm going to connect the dots, and I'm going to connect the dots like ever so gently, meaning I'm going to like use my pencil tip, and I'm going to like go from the top to the bottom, and I'm not even going to draw the line. I'm just going to almost practice that line with almost drawing on air, like drawing on air, meaning it touches this point, but it doesn't connect with the paper because I really want it to be accurate. So once I think it's getting close, I can draw a very light line, a very fine line that if it was incorrect, I can erase it. See how this one's a little shaky? Who cares? I'm just going to erase it because I drew it so lightly.
Yeah, like featherweight.
Yes, yes. Yes, like almost like it's floating on air. And then you can move the paper because since the dots are in the right place, you could tilt the paper if it makes your hand easier to connect the dots. You don't have to leave the paper where it is. You can like move around in your seat a little bit. You can do whatever you need to do to try to get these things to line up. Now, this line is so thick that, you know, it might take a little while, but I'm going to draw the line. So I'm going to thicken my line. And this doesn't matter whether you're using pen or color pencils or regular pencils. You just take that line and you start to thicken it. And this is almost like a coloring exercise where, you know, I'm almost like making the line grow by applying more pigment. Believe it or not, this is what happens when you develop your skills. Like there's these things in your brain called myelin.
Karen, nice.
Yeah, that is a nice one.
Vermont.
Myelin are they're like almost nerve endings that shoot electric pulses in your brain, and the more you fire those pulses, you know, when you do an activity, say you're playing ping pong, and the more you do your backhand, the more times you practice your backhand properly, the more you build up this myelin in your brain, and the easier it is to do backhand. Then you practice your forehand, then you practice your serve. So the more times you do an activity, the stronger those synapses get in your brain, and that's how you get skills. That's how you develop abilities, and that's why they say, you know, practice makes perfect. Some people say perfect practice makes perfect. Whenever you're doing an activity, the more you do it, the better you get. And the scientific thing that happens in your brain is, you are strengthening your myelin, meaning there's more of the channel. There's a thicker channel that fires the electric pulses. So it's the easier it gets. And
yeah, and another way to remember that is muscle memory. You know, like Mr. Trevor just said, the more you do something, the repeat it, repetition, the easier it becomes. That your body and your brain really do feel more comfortable over time, and it becomes easier.
And then the idea is that you just keep challenging yourself. You just have to keep trying to develop more skills and more skills, whatever the activity. Anyway, this is a drawing skill. So we established our lines, and now we're thickening up the triangle so that it has the appropriate amount of density. And I don't care how dark you make it or how thick the line is. What I'm really trying for you guys to get is that all sides are the same. That's kind of the skill. Yeah, question. Does that look like a Zoe? Have a question? Can I see?
Would you like to see the star too?
Yeah.
So it's this.
Nice triangle. Yeah, those are so clean.
And then the star is.
I don't see you, Zoe. Oh, there you are. Do I have?
Okay, here we go.
Whoa, yeah.
Oh, there you are.
That's amazing.
Hold on. Oh, and the moon.
It's a whole composition.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a, I guess in Antarctica, there was just a total eclipse.
Nice, Zoe.
I saw it on the computer. I love eclipses. All right, well, here's the challenge. Now, there's let's try this again. Remember we talked about repetition? Let's see if we can figure out how to do this next one. And if we can draw one triangle, hopefully we'll be able to draw two triangles. So let me turn this, slide this up here. Oof, okay, this one's getting a little bit tricky. Let me see what this one's called. 596. 596. This is called the Star of David, or Solomon's Seal. That's what they called it. Whoa, nice, boys. Oh, you did the triangle inside the triangle inside the triangle inside the triangle. I think those are called tessellations. Okay. Are you guys up for this one? Think we can do it? Let me just point out a couple of things. So the triangle that we just did, the black triangle now is pointed downwards instead of pointed upwards. And there's the white triangle that is pointed upwards. So in order to get the white triangle, you have to draw a border on the outside and on the inside. So that one might be a little bit more challenging. The black triangle should be kind of easy because we just did it. It's just pointed downwards instead of pointed upwards. And then if you follow the black triangle, just do me a favor and we'll start at the bottom, say where it's pointed down. So the black triangle going clockwise, it goes underneath the white triangle, then it goes over the white triangle. Then it hits this corner, then it goes underneath the white triangle, and then it goes over top the white triangle. Then it goes underneath the white triangle, then it goes over top the white triangle. So let's just start with first things first. So I'm going to start with my 3 points. Keep it simple. Ooh, let me move that over. So I got 3 points of one triangle, and I'm going to connect those points ever so slightly. I might actually might make them a little bit darker so you all can see them. Ooh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. All right, there's my triangle pointed down. Now that's going to be the black one. And then we need to do a triangle pointed up. So we've already done one of these before. So let's start from the foundation. We'll start with the horizontal part. And that can just overlap the one we just drew. You know, we have these 2 points and then this point at the top. We can adjust how they overlap as we go. 2 things to know. The triangle that points down should be lined up with the triangle tip that points up. Yeah. So one triangle points down, one triangle points up, and they, I think, perfectly overlap each other. Cool. So we've got 2 overlapping triangles, and both of those triangles are the same basically in every way, except that one is white and one is dark, meaning like they're the same size and they all have the same, they're the same size triangle, and then each side is exactly the same too. All righty. So when we did our first square, excuse me, not our first square, when we did our first triangle, we had that black triangle. So we started to thicken up the lines. Let's do that. We're just going to focus on the black one. So the black one comes on top here on the bottom. So that's kind of like the easy one. Now, as we hit the bottom and it goes up, this is where it gets a little challenging because the black triangle is going to go underneath the white one. So you want to think about it like it's a river going under a bridge. So the water is the black triangle, and that goes underneath the bridge, which is the white triangle. So I'm drawing the bridge. And then the black triangle comes under from out the other side of the bridge. And then the stream continues and it goes over the road here. Makes it easy. I'm going to draw my line, make it thicker. And again, I'm really just trying to focus on the black triangle. And then we're going to come, it goes across. And then the river of the black triangle goes underneath the bridge. So I'll draw my little bridge. So I got the left side of the road and the right side of the road. And then we're going to keep the water flowing. Keep this dark triangle going. That goes over top of the road here. The water just goes right on top of the road. And again, I'm just doing this arrow that's pointed down. The black triangle is pointed down. Then it hits this corner. And then this is going to go underneath the water, the bridge here. I have to draw that road. Left side of the road, right side of the road. And now it's connected. Yes. Amazing. This is kind of cool at this stage, actually. There's something really interesting about how it looks.
Yeah, it really does look cool.
So I'm going to now connect the road. Hopefully that makes sense. So you want to almost think about it like a curb or like a sidewalk or something. So I'm going to connect, I'm going to extend the road, the bridge this way and that way. And then I can turn the corner this way. So I'm almost drawing the road around the outside of my original triangle that points up. And then that, the road just goes, I mean, you can actually just draw it right through. And this road continues up to the top of the triangle. And that's the top, that's the right side of the curve, left side of the curb. Drawing around the outside of my line. Man, it's in one sense it's easy, and in another sense it's really hard. I didn't realize that two triangles were going to be like this complex. Is anybody panicking? We're going to go back to we might go back to, I don't want to say an easier one, but we'll go back to a star that might be more familiar. Did anybody finish? Can I see?
I'm done.
Let's see it, Toby.
Oh, wow.
It seems to work. Yeah. They overlapped. That's great stuff.
I like the triangle as well.
Ooh, nice, Anjali. Looks really good.
Anjali, hold that up again, Anjali, please. Thank you. Well done.
Cool. These are great. Okay. Yeah. Excellent. How about
You
the
have a
Zoe?
question? Did you have go ahead with your question. Go right ahead.
Me?
Yes, sorry.
Oh.
Go,
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
finished.
Can we
go
see?
right ahead and show. Yeah, for sure. There you go.
Dynamite. These are good.
Yeah.
These look pretty good. Okay. I'm going to take another minute, 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna shore up my dark triangle. Make sure that that's thick enough. Sometimes when you like are coloring, it's easy to maybe not make the lines quite as thick, and it might be stronger if they stand out. They might stand out a little bit more if you make them thicker. Then if you guys didn't do it this way, you don't have to change it, but I'm just gonna make it pop a little bit. Nice. And I think the dark triangle is easier than the white triangle. With the white triangle, you almost have to draw two triangles. You have to draw an inner one, and then you have to draw an outer one. So it's almost like it's two separate triangles. I hadn't thought about it like that. An inner triangle and an outer triangle. Yeah, there's like a border versus the inner white part. So the white part is only white because it's got two dark silhouettes.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, that's an interesting thing to think about too. I'm probably not, and I could clean this up a lot with the pen, but I made so many marks, meaning I've colored it in so much that I don't think the pen would go over it. There's so much. The graphite is like metal, and no, not like metal. It is a metal. Graphite is a metal, and if you build it up on the paper, then it almost creates like a sheen, meaning like there's like it's like a metal layer, and it's almost
Yeah.
like trying to draw on a car. Like imagine thinking about like a car, like the pen wouldn't work on the car. I mean, it could, but it would just like wipe right off. It's kind of the same thing. Okay, cool. Now let's do the official Star of Bethlehem. This is how they do the, art historically speaking. There's a lot of different ways of doing stars, and if you look at every painting of a nativity scene, artists.
Are we just doing is this the lesson, or is this just
Yeah, I think this is going to be the lesson.
is there anything else we're gonna draw?
Yeah. This is the star that I was gonna attempt to do. This is the
Which one? There's two of them.
I know. This is the Star of Bethlehem. This one right here is the official one.
With all the lines coming out from it.
Yeah, this one. This is a 5-pointed star versus
Mr.
the
Trevor,
Yeah.
I'm done.
With what?
The star that we just did before this.
Can I see? Oh my goodness. Nice. It's so amazing. Like interlocking those lines, getting those two triangles. I remember the first time I made that star, I did it with these little like coffee stirrers. I was at church, and there's these thin coffee stirrers that are made out of wood, and they're all the same size. And
Yeah.
you can actually interlock if they're long enough. You can do it with barbecue skewers, but really it was like they had flat planes. And I remember when I figured it out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing. And it will actually stay there. If you interlock them like that, the way that the pressure is equally laid out, like you don't need any glue or you don't need any tape or anything. Like it'll like stay there. Maybe I'll see if I can figure that out for next week. Okay. Here we go. So we did a 4-pointed star, and then we did a 6-pointed star. And then this one is in between. So this one is a 5-pointed star. And then really the triangle in a way is a 3-pointed star. So we did 3-pointed star, 4-pointed star first, 6-pointed star second, which is two triangles combined, and then this one will be the 5-pointed star. So however you want to start this, we can, there's probably a bunch of different ways of getting the star, but the way that I'll do a small one up here, if you go up, down, across, as long as this part up here is flat, then it comes down like that. That is generally the spirit behind how you get those 5 points. You could also go, I'm going to start off doing the points. I'm going to try and get those 5 points. So it'll be like 1 point, 2
Mr. Trevor.
points, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points. Yes. I
Go
think that
right
was
ahead.
Rohan or Kieran, what's up?
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa. Hold that a little bit away from the screen. Yeah.
So is that
Oh my goodness.
that's a 5-pointed star.
Wow.
Can you try it? Will you get 2 more pieces and try to do a 6-point? Do you know what I'm saying?
That is so cool.
You could, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So I think it was Toby's sister who in this morning class, she said that she started with a 5-sided pentagon. So there's a pentagon is an object with 5 equal sides. She said she started with that and her star was actually pretty good. So I don't know, I'm going to kind of steal her strategy. So remember I did those 5 points. So inside of this pentagon, you can then connect the dots and get a star shape. Now, if you start with the 5-sided shape, the pentagon, that helps you get equal separation, equal spacing between, but then you kind of have to erase that line. So that's the only, I don't want to say a problem, but like you just have to, if you after you use that shape, that 5-sided shape to get the points, I would erase that. So then all you're left with is like a pretty equal star. And then there's the lines on the inside that we have to erase as well. So with that shape, I'm just like I built up the outside of the triangle, I'm going to build up the outside of this star. And I don't have to be afraid of, because I can tell that the star is pretty close to being correct. So I'm just gonna, and I'm not gonna do the inside lines. That's the key. I'm just doing the outside of the star. And then I keep getting the song Little Star of Bethlehem stuck in my head because as I'm drawing this, because I'm like, Little Star of Bethlehem. And then it just keeps running in my head. We should play that song. Okay, so the idea is that I lightly sketched the star based on those 5 points. We did a 4-point, did a 6-point. This is the 5-point, and I could even erase those lines in the middle. Could clean it up even more. So I know that we're using a lot of straight lines, but learning how to draw straight lines is, I would say, is like one of the most important things you can do for your brain. So many people, when they start drawing, they always use curves. There's curves everywhere. And if you can balance out your curved lines and your straight lines, whoa. Okay, so hold on, people. I didn't see that. I've sketched this a couple times. I was just talking about the straight lines and the curved lines. Do you see that there's a circle? There's an inscribed circle. Look, if I draw a circle, almost like it's behind the star, I can use that circle as my guide for the radiating lines, because the light is bright and it's shooting out light. So I'm going to do my radiating lines in the middle, but I'm going to use that little circle as a, as where to start the line. So I have this circle, which I will erase later, but it's going to help me know where to put the radiating lines. Wow, that's cool. All right, so notice that I have these five, I have like the 5 points. And then I've got the lines that radiate out, which are in the middle. In between each point, there's the long radiating line. I'm going to try and make those lines pretty close to the same size too, if I can. It doesn't look like much now, but I think if we keep building up the radiating lines, I think it'll get more impressive. So on either side of that long one, I'm going to do 2 slightly smaller ones. And they might not even be smaller. They might be about the same size. They're just on either, they're just the middle of the side.
Excuse me.
Oh, these are pretty. So I did the one in the middle in between the points, and now I'm going to do 2 smaller ones. And it's escalating quickly. It's really starting to look bright now. And I think the last phase is in between those, we'll do little ones. So I'm going to do little, 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 little.
Man.
And each one of these marks, I've started it on that circle. Little, little, little. I did it. Okay. I'm going to try and do another one that's smaller. Let's see. Well, let me just review it. If you guys got lost, I'm going to do it again right here. So I'm going to do my star, which is kind of like classic star. Then I'm going to build up the outside lines and then erase the inside lines. Build up the outside, erase the inside. Because the star itself, we want it to be a light star, so it'll be bright. Okay, and then in between those points, I did my rays of light, starting with the big one in the middle of each one of those 2 points. There was that inner circle, which I don't want to forget about. Then I can do 2 on that side. We'll do 2 on each side of the big one in the middle. And I'll do 1 more little one in between each one of those. Little. Hopefully that was helpful. I don't know if it was helpful if I did it smaller. Probably should have done it larger. But it looks right. It looks pretty on point. Oh, no pun intended.
Yes, indeed.
I wonder if we should color it in. I think I'm going to try and color mine. I know that one of the kids this morning colored theirs in. I can't remember who was it. Stacy, do you remember who colored theirs in?
No, with the stars all around
There's
it.
yellow. There's all this
Yeah.
yellow.
And
That
the
was my
moon.
sister.
Really?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
funny.
Dark. It was dark.
Dara
Got
did
it.
that. Yeah, it was beautiful. So however you want to do the colors, I'm just, oh my goodness. Look at I broke my pencil. That's never happened before. I mean, I broke my pencil, but it's never just like laid there right in the middle.
Right.
Hopefully that's not a sign. That's definitely not. Oh yes. Do some yellow. Might have to do some orange. Have this really bright rose salmon.
I'm done.
Let's take a look.
Oh my goodness, that's pretty. Let's see. Nice star. Good job,
Yeah.
guys.
Hold that a little bit
Zoe,
toward
great work.
you.
Oh my goodness, Zoe, nice.
Little toward you. Keep going toward you. I want to be able to get yeah. Very nice. Okay, Ellie. Where are you, Ellie?
I don't think.
Oh, who am I?
I think you're looking for Toby.
It's the other Zoe. Simone. That I have you up here as. Yes. Let's take a look at yours.
I'm not done yet.
Okay, no problem.
Are we gonna do the one next to the one that we just did?
Are you talking about the Mary one?
It is 122.
Um,
Oh,
which-
let's see that. From the Smiths. Oh my goodness, that's so nice.
It is.
Both really, really nice. I love the yellow that you both added.
Do you think we have time for one more?
Yeah,
You think so?
yeah.
All right, let's try this one.
Oops.
Oh, I just smacked my camera. Goodness. Sorry about
Toby,
that.
hold on one sec, Toby. Wow, nice and bright. Off. Boom, nice, Toby. Okay, Anjali. These are great. Very nice. Thumbs up there.
Yeah, these are really big. Those are
Yeah.
huge. Looks good.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh,
Okay. Have you guys heard everybody say like, like hashtag this, hashtag that? You ever, like the pound sign? It's actually on the phone. The way that we do this star, this is a 8-pointed star. And if you follow my instructions, it's actually like way simpler than you might think. And I think we have plenty of time to do this one because this is the trick. So if you do like hashtag, which is the hashtag is the pound sign. So you get 2 parallel lines like this and 2
Wait, are we
parallel
supposed to
lines.
be drawing this?
Yeah. With
Yeah.
Mr. Twit.
Yeah, you can, you can draw it. You could just, if you wanted to just watch, I'll draw it twice.
And it looks
So-
like tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can draw a tic-tac-toe board, Stacy, you get a picture of Kieran's. Is that
Of
Kieran or
course,
Rohan?
of course. Sorry, Kieran, bear with me one sec. Oh my goodness. Hold that just the tiniest bit. Yeah. Oh, toward you. And freeze it. Very nice. Thank you. Wow, you've got a nice scene going on there.
So this is a Christian star, which is it symbolizes regeneration. So I'm not exactly, I need to look at that word and kind of see what it is, but it's a really beautiful 8-pointed star. And the way that you do it is you need to do the tic-tac-toe board, and then you need to do basically like a triangle, and I'll show you what I mean. So you can do a triangle at the top here. You can do a triangle at the bottom here. You can do a triangle on the left side. Excuse me, that's the right side. And then a triangle on the left side. And the more you make that, the more that you make that equal, you know, that's how you get the star. So I'm going to shore up, I'm going to strengthen the outside lines. So you start with the tic-tac-toe board, and then you add your triangles on the top, bottom, left, and right. And then you just shore up your outside lines.
This looks so cool to me.
Yeah, it is actually a really beautiful star. And then you can erase the inside lines. So the way that this artist drew it, then they just repeated the outside line. So whatever you did on shoring up the outside, that inside line, then you just add another line around the border. I know I feel like I'm rushing a little bit, but I want you guys to be able to see how it's done, so that in case we run out of time, you can do it on your own. I mean, it's just another star. And artists have been making, you know, there's stars in the sky. And how do you create, you know, how do you represent that, you know, kind of this, that twinkling light from, you know, from outer space? Okay, so let me move this up a little bit, and I'll just I'll do the steps right here. So you go checkerboard, then you do checkerboard, and then you add the triangles. So triangle at the top, triangle at the bottom, triangle at the left, triangle at the right. And then
Off.
And then you shore up the outside lines.
Off.
Is Tuck jumping up on you?
Yeah, he just got something.
He's got, that boy has so much energy. How old is Tuck now? Stace? I think she muted herself because Tuck is too loud. And then I'll just add the border. All right, so I'm going to, guys, we got a couple minutes left. Oh, whoa. Look at that thing. I think it's like a radiating sun. Is that a sun? Looks like a sun. What do you think?
It kind of looks like a sea urchin, but I don't know.
Can you put that up again and keep that frozen? Yes. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, all these, oh, look at the puppy. Yeah, all these are supposed to inspire. So I'm going to stop the share so that I can get one last look at what everybody's doing. Uh-oh, I missed the chat. Okay, good. Nothing said anything very important. Okay, stop the share.
Tucker. Oh. Ooh.
I just knocked over my light. It's just a black. Okay, Toby, let's see what you got. Let me pin you. All right, your pin. Whoa, nice. That's a beautiful one. That's beautiful. Thumbs up on that. And your golden star. It's so bright.
Yes.
And I don't know if you used a ruler, but I forgot to mention it earlier. If anybody has a ruler or just even like the edge of a piece of paper, if you don't press too hard, yeah, perfect. Yeah, the rulers are so good to get really crisp lines. All right, Liam, will you show that again? Great job, Toby.
No, Tucker.
Liam, can I see your star again? I saw it on a small thing, or the sea urchin. That thing has got some movement. That thing is bright.
Oh, where
Shine
is
bright.
that? Oh, yeah.
Do you have any other stars? Can I see your other stars too? It's a beautiful page. Yeah, that's a nice set. Hopefully I didn't go too slow for you today. That's good practice. That star, the Solomon star, that is really nice too. Cool. All right, Rohan, Kieran, let's see what you guys got other than your gorgeous puppy dog. Nice page. Nice.
Yeah.
Well done. All right, how about your brother?
Oh, look at that puppy.
Your dog, your puppy is your finest
Oh.
creation. There's nothing like a well-behaved dog. Good boy. You guys are on mute. Can I see your
Off.
You didn't get to draw any of the other things. I didn't get to draw the star.
That's okay. Did you sketch anything else?
Leave it.
And then Zoe with an EY. I've got you coming up next.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, done.
All right, we'll come back
Sorry,
to
with
you
the
guys.
Y, where are you? There you go.
Finished
That was a
quite
quick
yet, but
one.
Still,
That was a
I
quick one.
still finished because I was rushing a little bit.
All right, let's see it.
Very
Replace pen.
Off.
Nice. That's good. Yeah. That was rushing. We did that last star in like 5 minutes.
Really fast.
Do you have any other stars on there I could see? I keep forgetting that this is the stars program, and then we're drawing stars. No more. Okay. Did you do anything else fun? Let's see. All right. Anjali, let's see yours, and then Zoe with an IE. We're gonna have you guys next, and then Lillian and William, you're coming up next. Third, you're on deck. Replace pin. Yes, Anjali.
Yeah. These are really, really nice.
Good practice. Did you feel
Yeah.
like it was good practice? Yeah, good. Hand-eye coordination is really important. All right, Zoe with the IE. Can we see yours? Replace pin. Great work, Anjali. Yes, that's confidence.
Hold that
That
nice
is
and still,
confidence.
Zoe. There you go. Thank you.
Hashtag. You got any other stars? Zoe, did you have any other stars? The triangle ones? Oh yeah.
Like that blue that you did.
Yeah, no, the high contrast in that, the 4-pointed star is really nice too.
Can I
just,
like this?
These look great. What was the question? Great job, Zoe.
Type this.
We didn't tag you.
Let me
Let's
do
see.
Lillian and William first, and then I'll come back. I have everybody lined up in like the box, so I'll just go in that order. Nice. Whoa, you must have done that really fast. That's great, dude. William,
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, it's like a star that like turned into a sun, and it's like taking up the entire page. The thing is so
Yeah.
great.
Can
How about any
you
other
hold-
stars?
Can you hold that one up one more time,
Oh yeah, Stacy's gonna take a
just-
picture.
if you don't mind, and just a little higher. There you go, and freeze
That's
it.
it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, those radiating lines are awesome.
I got a better picture. Thank
All right,
you.
Lillian, let's see yours. That's a nice
Yes.
spread. I could see those stars like, taking up the entire page. If you just took like 20 minutes and just like spaced out the stars throughout the page, that thing looks so good though.
Spaced out.
Oh yeah, that's what you did. Yes, almost
Yes,
like
I remember that
almost
page.
exactly like that. You anticipated it. All right, cool. So who didn't get to go? I was going to come back to somebody. Who was it?
Yeah, you're coming back to
Is it Liam?
Toby. Can I
Toby.
also see yours again, Trevor?
I will try. Hold on. All right, Toby,
Go
let's see
ahead,
what you got.
Toby.
Or
I do this like this.
Hold that toward you a tiny bit and freeze it. Nicely done. Very
Yeah.
nice.
look at the way that the horse tucks his legs. That's great.
Yeah, you got that
really,
movement
really feels like he's jumping over that
so
that
nicely.
fence. Yeah, where did you find that one?
Aha,
Zoom in your horse
horses.
books.
There you go.
Good job. Keep taking those challenges. Zoe, did you have another one? EY, did you want to show another one? Or are you good?
No, I don't have another one.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, here it is. That's time. I will.
Mr. Trek.
I'll see you guys next week. Well, yeah. Hopefully, you guys join next week.
Yes,
we're gonna
everybody.
next week is gonna be about angels. We're gonna be drawing angels. The angels that came and spoke to the shepherds, and the angels that came and announced to Mary that she was going to have Jesus. So we're going to do some angels if you care to join. Angel wings, floating people, floating beings. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week.
Have a great week, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
All right, great work, everyone.